My fellow Americans, since the release of the long list of words that the federal government is using to monitor you on Facebook has been released, there has been some confusion as to why some of the words were included. To break through this confusion, I have asked my identical twin George Bush to join me today.
That's right, Mr. President. I guess we should begin with the more obvious words like terrorism. We are monitoring you because we are hunting for terrorists who like to terrorize, which causes terror. Now, since you can't spell terrorism without terror, the word has been added. However, the word terrorist itself has not been added. What this means is that if you say, I like acts of terrorists, you are fine. But if you say, I like acts of terrorism, well, son, we are going to come knocking on your door.
That's the truth. The next obvious word on there is assassination. Like with terrorism and terrorists, assassinate did not make the list. If you say, wow, that guy makes me want to assassinate him, you are fine. But if you say, wow, did you hear about the assassination, you can expect a visit from us late at night while you are sleeping.
The next obvious word is anthrax. Now, the reason this was put on here wasn't because we were worried about an anthrax attack. It was put on here because Scott Ian once said I was a terrible president during my administration. Now, whenever someone posts the word anthrax, we will visit Scott's house and interrogate him. Friends, don't let your friends listen to anthrax.
With those out of the way, why don't we touch on the words that people are confused by?
Good idea. First off, do not use the words ice, snow, or wind. Use of these words will get you monitored. Just out of curiosity, Mr. President, why were those 3 words added?
Well, George, the truth of the matter is that our White House weatherman is kind of a dick. Since being a dick hasn't yet been defined as terrorism, I had to find some way to rationalize spying on him. Since we are in the middle of winter, I thought adding snow, ice, and wind would be a perfect way to do that.
That is absolutely brilliant. The next word on there that people are confused about is San Diego. Now, I know it seems odd to have a United States city on there, but there's a good reason for it. The other night, Laura and I were watching Jurassic Park 2. At the end, a giant dinosaur gets loose and terrorizes the city of San Diego. After the movie, I told Laura that at this very moment there could be a terrorist creating a giant T-Rex in his basement. Therefore, San Diego is on the list. If you make a Facebook post about visiting San Diego, guess who will be waiting for you at the airport when you arrive?
George, that was only a movie. Dinosaurs have been extinct for millions of years.
Yeah. Well, just the other day, Rick Santorum took me to a museum in Kentucky, where they have pictures of Jesus riding dinosaurs. That was only 2,000 years ago, Mr. President. You might want to reread your history books.
Fuck reading them, George. I am rewriting them.
Good point, Mr. President. The last word that needs clarification is militia. Now, I know that the Constitution allows for the use of state militias, but the document is no longer relevant today. Let's face it, if it was, we wouldn't have the power to spy on you or detain you.
Well said, George. I think that about wraps it up for this edition of Words You Can't Say. Any last comments, George?
No, sir. I'm going to go sit outside Scott Ian's house and wait for someone to mention the word anthrax.
Indeed. Thank you for tuning in tonight. Just a little side note to my weatherman. It's supposed to snow tonight. Let's see you get out of this one.